Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith K. Lava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and K. Lava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith K. Lava La Cava. What's going on, Double Bro 7?
Not much, Broman Anthony.
Broman Anthony. What's good, man? We got episode 5 of season 2?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Why don't we just jump right into the Wicked Pissah news? We got a lot to talk about, actually, though. So
yes, we do. Let's get right into it, Frankie. We're going to start with the Celtics Summer League, which actually just concluded. The Celtics finished the Summer League at 4-1, but we're going to break down their last 2 games here, which they just went 2-0. So they beat the West Coast rival Lakers 87-78. Jordan Walsh again led the way with 17 points. He didn't get ejected this time. First round pick Hugo Gonzalez had 13 points and 5 rebounds. He's been looking good too.
He looks real good, actually.
Absolutely. Like you were saying, possibly steal the draft too, man.
He's been playing great.
Love that we got him. And on the other side, Bronny led the Lakers with 18 points.
Bronny's played good too, actually. A lot better than I expected.
He'll be getting some more minutes with the Lakers, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And then lastly, on Sunday, they beat the Hawks 101-80. Jordan Walsh and Baylor Scheinman did not play in that game. Hugo actually had 10 points. But real quick, Frankie, one player I want to highlight for the wrong reasons is Max Shulga. Analysts called him a tough scorer. Frankie, all I saw was like it was tough for him to score. No games over 10 points and no more than 1 3-pointer made in a few games. And he got minutes too, man, like over 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, I thought he'd be better too, honestly.
His line here of scoring 5, 7, 6, 4, and 3. In some of those games, man, no 3-pointers made.
That's weird.
And I get it, man.
We thought he was going to be good at the 3, though.
Well, that's the thing. And
40%
I don't expect him to get a lot of NBA minutes this year, but still, man, I thought he was going to produce a little better than that. The analysts were calling him a tough scorer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just one thing I noticed. But hey, man, it is what it is. He's a rookie. We'll see him how he develops and everything.
Yes, sir.
But Frankie, speaking of the Lakers, the Lakers have actually signed former Defensive Player of the Year and former Celtic Marcus Smart to a 2-year, $11 million deal after the Wizards buyout. Losing Smart, Frankie, was tough initially, but he went to the Grizzlies and the Wizards, so teams we really didn't care about. Yeah. But this move to the Lakers makes us Celtics fans sick, and I'm not going to lie, man. I didn't like
it either, but it's good for the Lakers. It's good for him. He's what they need, actually. I feel like they need a gritty player like him, honestly.
They definitely do, and I guess actually Luka made it clear to the Lakers front office that he wanted to play with Smart. And hate to say it, but the Lakers are building a win-now championship roster, signing big man DeAndre Ayton last week, and now getting a guard and defensive depth with Smart. So we'll see how they do, man. Smart's looking for a championship. We traded him, and then we won one, so can't blame him, right?
Yes, sir.
Then, Frankie, we got another notable guard move, and more like a homecoming. The Blazers have signed Damian Lillard to a 3-year, $42 million deal. The 9-time All-Star returns to Portland, where he spent the first 11 years of his career. Was recently waived by the Bucks and had a ton of interested suitors, including our Celtics. But ultimately, he decided to return to Portland, where his family still resides. And can you blame him?
No, they're not a contender, really, in my mind. They got better. They definitely got better last year, but they're still not a contender, even with him. And he's going to miss most of the season, if not the whole season.
That's what I'm saying.
From the Achilles. But it's good for him going back there. He was, it was sick watching him play there. Honestly, for all those years.
Time.
That's what I'm saying. So.
And then Frankie, we got one more guard going back to like somewhat of a homecoming. This guy's legendary, bro. So legendary, longtime NBA point guard, the point guard Chris Paul, CP3 has returned to the Los Angeles Clippers on a 1-year, $3.6 million deal, and this one being most likely his last season.
Yeah, his agent said they're expecting this to be his last season too. So
we'll see how he does over there.
I always like Chris Paul. He's funny in them commercials, State Farm commercials too, which is funny. But he's a great player. I was hoping he'd stay with Wemby a little longer, but it didn't happen that way. But it is.
And now he joins James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and even recently acquired Clipper Bradley Beal. So they got some talent over there in LA now.
Went there too. I know that was a good pickup for them.
Yes, sir, Frankie. So Frankie, you got some WNBA news for me, huh?
The All-Star game was this weekend. Did you watch it?
Yeah, a little bit, man. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really tune in that much, but I saw some of the highlights and everything.
Once I heard Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, I was like, I didn't watch it. I watched it. I was watching it last year, but did you see what they came out in their shirts?
Actually, we got the clips right here, but Frankie, break it down.
They come out in these shirts, pay us what you owe us, and the crowd's chanting, pay them, and this, that, and the other thing. It was. I don't know. It's interesting to see that the league hasn't made a profit ever.
Right.
They lost $40 million last year as a league. Now, I do think, obviously, the league's growing, and a lot of that you can attest to Caitlin Clark, obviously.
Absolutely.
She's a superstar, and it's just she's brought so much attention to the game, which is great.
The all-time NCAA score, too.
I'm saying that, too, in the sold-out arenas, everywhere you go, people want to see Caitlin Clark, and, it's pretty cool to see. But it's tough because the league does not make money. They're getting the base
Right.
salary is like 70,000
Right.
a piece, which again, you want to bump that up hopefully to 100 at some point, and then more and more. I do think obviously they still get a good amount of sponsorships and things like that, which is great.
Right.
And a lot of the argument for them is the revenue share from the broadcasting company. So they want a higher piece of that pie. So I do believe they do deserve that. However, if the WNBA is losing $40 million a year, I don't know how their base salary can go up, except with their CBA agreement with the broadcasting companies to try to get a higher piece of the revenue share and the ads and stuff that runs through that revenue share. So
Yeah, man, it's definitely tough. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, they definitely are starting to get more viewers and everything based
Yeah.
off Caitlin Clark and even athletes like Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, and all them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the main
Becker's
one's
great.
Caitlin Clark, obviously, all the endorsements with her and everything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, like you said, man, it's not as popular yet. So it's like the money's really not going to be there.
it's getting better. I mean, for them, and I hope they get more of. I do believe they deserve more of a revenue share than they're currently getting. But if there's no money, if you're losing $40 million, I don't know where the other money from the actual league is going to come from.
Right.
It has to come from the broadcasting companies or elsewhere.
Right,
sponsors
absolutely.
and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. So let's
All
jump
right.
over to the Red Sox.
Yes, sir, Frankie. We got the Red Sox update here. So the Sox are currently 54-47 on the season, currently in the wild card, man. They're in
Yeah.
the last spot in the wild card. So
Yes,
let's break
sir.
it down real quick what they did this past week. So their win streak was snapped this past Friday, losing 4-1 to the Cubs in Chicago. Very
Yeah.
unfortunate. Followed by a second straight loss to the Cubs, this time being shut out 6-0 last
That
Saturday.
was
What's going on?
crazy.
What's
5
going on?
home runs.
Right. What's
First
going on,
pitch
bro?
home run. Then the next batter hit a home run. There was 5 solo home runs the Cubs hit. That was
Come
crazy.
on, man.
I didn't like that.
And then lastly, a 6-1 win over the Cubs on Sunday. Alex Bregman had a 3-run home run in the
pinch
8th.
hit too. Pinch hit.
Yes, sir.
Off
And then
the bench.
our boy Willie Abreu, he had 2 home
Abreu,
runs.
He came up. We were down 1-0, and
That's
then
right,
Abreu
and
hit the 2-run.
he got it going.
Yeah, he got us going.
Yes,
Crochet
sir.
pitched a great game, so that's good
Absolutely.
to see to get him some run support. But what we talked about. That All-Star break, it's like you get that lull and you get that you're on a hot streak, and then all of a sudden you can't hit no more. But
Right.
they did good yesterday, so that's good to see. So
Well, speaking of home runs, Frankie, what we got going on with the home run derby during All-Star
I'm
break?
saying Cal Raleigh, we talked about him having
Yep.
the second most before the All-Star break. He ended up winning the home run derby, so
Yes,
good
he
for
did.
him. Congrats
Absolutely,
to Cal
man.
Raleigh.
He killed it, man. You see him cracking those,
Oh, it
dude?
was sick. It was fun to watch, actually. That was really fun to watch.
And who was throwing him those pitches? Was that his pops?
His pops and
Yeah.
his brother was catching.
That's
his younger
awesome.
brother.
I love
Yeah.
seeing stuff like
Yeah,
that.
pretty neat.
Absolutely.
So-
But Frankie, let's get into some NFL news.
Yeah, we got some news.
And we got some notable news on
Yeah.
2 receivers looking at some suspensions. So we're going to
Oh,
start
yeah.
here, bro. So Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has been sentenced to 5 years probation and 30 days of jail time. That can be served during the 5 years of his probation, stemming from his role in a street racing multi-car crash in Dallas during the 2024 offseason. Now that the judges ruled the NFL can give out its punishment, and Rice is likely to receive a multi-game suspension.
for
What
sure.
we expected,
I mean,
obviously.
you have to. It's going to definitely be at least 2 or 3.
Right.
You know what I mean? I expect it to be 2 or 3. I don't think it'll get to 4, but it could.
Like last year, he only played in 4 games when he suffered that knee injury.
was crazy
So
injuries.
look, and
Fluke injury.
we saw how bad it was for the Chiefs. All the close games they had, mind you, too. The lack of wide receiver depth they have. I mean, they got some speedsters, but Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown are both under 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Then you got Juju after that, and who else? Travis Kelce, who's about to be 45.
No, right? Yeah, Rice was an animal last year for me, but then again,
Yeah, then he got hurt, bro.
Yep, so
And then another wide receiver looking at a potential multi-game suspension due to vehicle-related negligence is Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison, who pled to a lesser charge in his DUI case from last July, where officers found him asleep behind the wheel blocking a lane on the highway
That's
near LAX
insane.
airport.
Insane.
So dangerous. He could have got killed, bro, on the highway.
killed somebody else.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. So the plea agreement, like I was just talking about, leaves him subject to NFL discipline. Addison has been a great piece on the Vikings offense, as we've seen since being
Yeah.
drafted in the first round in 2023.
Yeah.
And in 2 seasons with the Vikings, Frankie, Addison has started 29 games, totaling 133 catches for nearly 1,800 yards and 19 touchdowns. So losing that production, even with Justin Jefferson on the other side, will hurt the Vikings.
that's definitely hurting the Vikings.
You know what I mean?
I think he probably should get a bigger suspension. I mean,
I agree.
You know what I mean? That should be at least 3 games.
Pure
in my opinion.
negligence
So,
right
yeah,
there,
absolutely.
bro. On the highway.
Falling
What are you
asleep,
doing,
DUI,
bro?
and
Come
on the
on.
highway. That's crazy.
Come
talk.
on, man.
Crazy.
We got some more wide receiver news here,
Yeah.
Frankie, and this one includes a retirement. So
Yep.
current Chargers wide receiver and first-round pick in 2017, Mike Williams is retiring after 8 seasons at the age of 30, after being placed on the PUP list last week, right before training camp.
Yeah, that's tough.
So the guy started his career with the Chargers, posting over 700 receiving yards from 2019 to 2022, twice over 1,000.
Yep.
His best season came in 2021, where he had 76 catches for 1,146 yards and 9 touchdowns. And Frankie, the dude was a beast, man. We've seen all the contested catches catches he was making.
Oh, yeah.
Very physical receiver and
very
everything.
physical. I was just going to say that.
Then the injury bug got him, man. He left the Chargers after last year. He joined the Jets, didn't do nothing with them, got traded to the Steelers. And then this offseason, we signed with the Chargers again, thinking he's going to be back with Justin Herbert.
I thought that was going to be a good signing for the Chargers and for him, and but then another injury and calling it a career.
Yeah, he's calling it a career, man. He did have a good career and everything, but now the Chargers wide receiver depth chart, man. I mean, you still got Ladd McConkey there, but then after him, man, you got Quentin Johnson who's dropping every ball thrown his way.
They were talking about him today again, just he keeps dropping balls everywhere, so it's crazy.
And then Trey Harris, man, rookie, who knows how he's going to be. So we'll see how they do under Jim Harbaugh's
They got to
offense.
go out and get a free agent or something.
Right, absolutely, Frankie. Frankie, we got some notable extensions here.
Yeah, a lot of extensions, yeah. Some
Yes,
good ones,
sir. So we're going to start. Steelers signed outside linebacker T.J. Watt to a 3-year, $123 million deal. That includes $108 million fully guaranteed at signing. And Frankie, this is making it the second time in his career he has become the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And mind you, the $41 million per year average is the highest of any non-quarterback in NFL history. In the last 2 seasons, it's well-deserved. The guy has 30.5 sacks.
Oh, he's an animal. He's so fun to watch. And his brother, they were interviewing his brother. He's like, he better never let me ever reach for the bill at dinner. So it's really funny to see JJ say that about TJ. Yeah, so that's it.
And not only that, from that same picture, dude, did you see what he made in terms of his career, JJ overall?
JJ made what he made just with this extension for TJ. It's crazy.
JJ Watt in 12 years had $129 million in career earnings. TJ Watt on this extension
just
alone,
on this extension,
in 3 years is almost as much of his total as his brother's total career earnings.
I know, it's crazy.
So crazy, bro.
Yep, good for TJ.
Absolutely, bro. But Frankie, you got a few more extensions.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple Jets to talk about. Sauce Gardner. I know. We hit it. That's what we're going to give them.
But these guys deserve it.
Yeah, they definitely. Sauce Gardner's nasty. 4 years, $120.4 million. I don't know why it's 0.4, but hey, it's an extra 0.4, $400K. Why not? That's a great extension. He's a great corner. And then they got Garrett Wilson, 4 years, $130 million. So they, $250 million between those two guys over the next 4 years for them. So I thought that was good.
Well, Garrett Wilson's had 1,000 yards every year since he's entered the league. He's trending like the Mike Evans, man. So far, 1,000 yards every year.
Mediocre at best quarterback play. So let's
Zach
be real.
Wilson,
once
Aaron
Rodgers got hurt, you know what I mean? Obviously, they had Rodgers a little bit, but
Tim Boyle.
I'm saying they had, Garrett Wilson's nasty.
And he got $90 million guaranteed.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's nasty.
Absolutely,
so. We got a couple of Chiefs also, too.
Yes,
so I think you had one, right? So
yes, sir. And I have the Chiefs. They also signed defensive end George Karlaftis to a 4-year, $93 million extension and $62 million guaranteed. The 2022 first-round pick has posted 24.5 sacks his first 3 seasons in KC.
3, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. And then you got another Chief.
Yeah, Trey Smith, the guard for that, for Mahomes, becomes the highest paid guard in the NFL.
Yep.
So 4 years, $94 million. You got to protect Mahomes, right? So
absolutely.
That's a huge signing for them. So
that deal also includes $70 million. It's the most guaranteed money ever awarded to an NFL guard.
Yeah, exactly. So good for him.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
But Frankie, we got one notable free agency signing we want to bring up. It's been a while since we saw a notable, and it was a guy we both made predictions on. We were both wrong, but let's bring it up real quick. So the Commanders are signing 8-time Pro Bowl outside linebacker Von Miller to a 1-year, $6.1 million deal that can max out at $10.5 million in incentives. Another good veteran linebacker that's added to that Commanders defense along with Bobby Wagner, bro.
Honestly, they had like the best offseason of any team in
my opinion.
I
honestly
especially
think so.
These guys play at like 90% of what they can and should.
Right.
I mean, the Commanders really are all in right now. I feel like they're going to be a good team.
Made the championship game last year, NFC championship
and they
game.
added a lot of depth to that roster of veterans. They got Debo. I mean, they did really well in the offseason, in my opinion. So.
I agree, man. I'm telling you right now, he said he wants to play one more season. He wants another ring. He's got 2. And I mean, this is a place, the team that is contending.
Absolutely.
I picked him going to Philly. You picked him going to the Bucs, which would be 2 other good destinations for him. But at the end of the day, man, he chose Washington. He saw the potential to get back to the Super Bowl.
That's good for him. And
yes, sir.
Only other thing we had on the NFL is your boy Will Levis out for the season.
Yeah, man. He knew he wasn't starting this year.
Nah, he had something going on with his shoulder since last year.
Yes,
and it keeps bothering him, so he elected to finally have surgery. And
man, I'm telling you right now, man, all the memes made last year, I think this had to play a factor in it as well. Come on.
I thought he'd be all right. I mean, the guy's ripped. I mean, he looks like a linebacker out there, like a it's just crazy. So it's to me, it stinks that he was injured for this long, and now he elected right before the season started. So hopefully he comes back and does well.
He'll be with the Steelers or the Raiders next year as a backup.
Probably.
We'll see what happens. Good stuff, Frankie.
Good stuff, bro. No Foxborough focus this week. Let's jump right into the lava round.
Here we are, baby.
Yeah, we did a few of these last year. We're going to do some FanDuel over-under bets that we like or dislike. A lot of these I like, but let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with a bet. Dak Prescott yards currently sits at 3,825.5 yards. So do you like his over or do you like his under?
So, Frankie, I'm actually going to say over, especially if Dak stays healthy. He only had 8 games under his belt last year. The last 2 times he's played at least 16 games, he surpassed 4,000 passing yards. And with the good line in front of him, and especially the addition of George Pickens, man, who had 900 yards last year himself, and pair him with CD, who's an every year 1,000-yard receiver, I see him going over that.
Yeah, I have him on the over, too. I think this is an easy bet. Again, every one of these bets is if they stay healthy, obviously. If you're taking an over, you need them to stay healthy to hit the over almost always. You know what I mean? So out of the 3 out of the 4 years that he has been healthy, he's gone over 4,000 yards.
Absolutely.
In 4 of those years, he's went over this number. So as long as he plays 16 or 17 games, he's hit this number every single time.
That's what I'm saying,
so that seems like a very easy over there. So let's stick with quarterbacks. We got Joe Burrow. He's currently sitting at 33.5 touchdowns. You like the over or do you like the under?
Frankie, I'm going to say the under for this one.
Really? Okay.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to break it down why.
Let's hear it.
So 4 of the first 6 games are on the road for the Bengals. Mind you, it's the Browns, the Vikings, the Broncos, and the Packers, and all have solid secondaries.
Good defenses.
And we've seen how Burrow usually plays to start the season. We saw him lose to the
wicked
Patriots.
Slow
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're wicked slow.
And even with T. Higgins having 10 touchdowns last year, we've seen him play in only 12 games the last 2 seasons. And after him, you don't have much for depth at wide receiver like we've talked about. Yeah, you got Jamar Chase, and he's nasty, bro. But I'm telling you right now, I just have a feeling he'll throw for maybe 30 at most.
I mean, I have to go over. The only year he has not hit this is when he got injured. All right, so last year he had 43, led the league. 33.5 seems like even low to me.
I just think they have a rough schedule this year, too. They're like middle of the pack.
But to me, that means that he's one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the league, pocket passer-wise.
He's nasty.
You
I'm
know
not taking it away from him, but I just have a weird feeling, bro.
If you're on the fence like that, then yeah, that's fine. I have to take the over. I mean, like I said, the only season he didn't hit that 33.5.
Yeah, when I had him in fantasy, bro.
Yeah, he got injured.
Thanks for reminding me.
That's what it is. Yeah. So let's do one more quarterback here. Why don't we do Trevor Lawrence, 22.5 touchdowns. So at a glance, when I first saw this, I was like, wow, 22.5. It seems kind of low. So, but then when I actually looked a little bit further into it, it was his only 1 year he surpassed this in his whole career, and he had 25 touchdowns that year. So
that's interesting.
It really wasn't much more, and that was his career best. So this is, if I really had to take a bet here, I like their team. I would go over on this also, but this is a bet that I probably wouldn't touch at all because he's only hit this once. He is injury prone also. So again, that 22.5 seems low to me, but at the end of the day, he's only hit it once. If you look at his overall career. So what do you have on that?
So Frankie, I'm actually going to say over here. I mean, I just said under for Joe Burrow, and I'm saying over for Trevor Lawrence. But let me break it down real quick. So I already picked Brian Thomas Jr. to lead the NFL in receiving touchdowns, and I truly think Lawrence has a bounce back year, especially with the addition of first-round rookie Travis Hunter. Also, with the lack of depth after Travis Hunter, I could even see Travis Etienne catching a lot out of the backfield, especially in the red zone.
Yeah.
I just think Trevor Lawrence has one of those years, man, where he's really going to show that why he was the number 1 pick and everything. And obviously getting hurt last year, I think he's more motivated to come back this year and ball out.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think this year Liam Cohen there. I think that
good
helps.
OC-minded coach.
I think he's, again, if I had to take something, I would take the over because that just seems kind of low to me.
22 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, it's got to have 23 or more. But again, he's only hit it once, so that's kind of weird to me. So let's move over to running back. Let's move over to the first running back taken this year, Ashton Genty. Who do you? His rushing yards over under 1,075.5, and I think I obviously know what you're gonna say. So,
yeah, Frankie, I'm saying over. You already know the deal with that. Let me break it down. Why he's gonna be a workhorse in that offense. Probably 15 to 20 carries a game. Nobody else really in that offense, running back wise, to challenge that. And like I said, new OC Chip Kelly consistently uses dynamic running backs and has also produced multiple 1,000-yard rushers in his offenses. When he's coached the Eagles, for example, LaShawn McCoy won the NFL rushing title. And most recently, Frankie, last year at Ohio State, he had 2 running backs in his offense that ran for over 1,000, and Quinshawn Judkins, who is acting like an idiot, and our new rookie running back Travion Henderson.
Yeah, I think he's going over too. It seems like a pretty easy bet there. I mean, he should definitely surpass.
You know what I mean? Especially in that offense, man. We expect him to be the workhorse over there.
I'm saying they made Zamir White look good, so I mean, there's no way this kid's not going to look good.
Yeah, so. Trey Tucker was balling for you.
I'm saying so. Let's keep it with running backs. This could be my favorite bet right now.
I like
honestly, this one seems like a no-brainer.
That's what I'm saying.
Devon A-Chain. I mean, his rushing yards 875.5 rushing yards. That's his over/under right now. I mean, Mostert's gone. Right,
Mostert's gone.
I mean, this kid could run for 2,000 yards. Honestly, if he stays healthy, that's the thing.
Bro.
He's so quick, but there is that caveat that he is one of the smaller kind of backs that get injured a lot. So that is the caveat with this one. So, I'm assuming you're taking the over.
Yeah,
here
I'm
too,
taking the over. Like Janty, there aren't any other running backs on that roster that look to challenge that projection unless he gets banged up like you were just saying.
Right.
And last season, he had 907 rush yards to go along with 78 receptions, so he almost got 1,000 while he was still catching almost 100 receptions.
Right, and that's with Mostert stealing a bunch of stuff. He's not there stealing it. I don't think Jalen Wright's going to be the guy stealing like Mostert was. He might he'll give him, a sit here and there, but that's not going to be what like Mostert with the 22 touchdowns a couple years ago.
Right.
So crazy.
You know what I mean, bro? And that offense revolves around the big three of him, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, bro. I don't care if they got Darren Waller. The dude just came out of retirement, bro. So Tua's going to consistently look for those two receivers in Waddle and Hill, and it's going to be Devon Achane, man. He's going to be a workhorse as well. I mean, obviously, we don't want to see him get banged up, like you said, his size, but again, I still see him going well over that.
Oh, yeah, that's easy money there. So let's go over to receivers. Justin Jefferson. This seems real easy, too. His over-under for yards is 1250 and a half. So he needs 1251 to go over or 1250 and under. So what are you at? You going over? I'm going over.
I'm saying way over.
Yeah, of course.
He's going to lead the league in receiving yards, Frankie, going to get close to over 2K, like I was just saying last week when we were talking about the leaders. And especially with Jordan Addison's potential suspension, he's going to be J.J. McCarthy's quarterback development tool consistently.
The kid's some of the best talent in the league. Him and Jamar Chase are the two best, in my opinion.
Two LSU products.
That's what I'm saying. They're both ridiculous. This kid, the only year he didn't hit it is when he missed like 6 or 8 games with his hamstring.
Me and you had
and he still had 1,000 yards that year, first of all. Secondly, as a rookie, the closest of his career to 1250 was a rookie, and he was 1,400 yards as a rookie.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He hasn't been within 150 of this. So this bet to me is wicked low. There's no way he's not getting over this
unless over.
He gets injured. And again, that's all caveat on all these. If you're taking over, they can't get injured. Simple as that. So
right, absolutely.
And another one that seems obviously like a no-brainer to me too is the CeeDee Lamb's yard. It's 75 less than the last one on JJ. So CeeDee Lamb being probably the third or fourth best receiver in the league, 1,175 and a half yards is his over-under right now. So, I mean, I have him over that number. How about you?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm taking over. I mean, like you just said, the guy had over that last season, 1,194 receiving yards with 2 other quarterbacks.
And that's with terrible quarterbacks. That's what I had
Dak
down
got
here
hurt.
too.
The last time he didn't post those numbers up to this projection was in 2021, where he still had 1,102, and he's also had over 100 receptions and over 1,190 yards the last 3 seasons,
He's
Frankie.
hit this 3 years running. All right, 3 years in a row he's hit it. And last year, like you said, Dak missing a ton of games. And he still hit it. And they had just bums back there. You know what I mean? So it's like these 3 bets the last 3 we just talked about seem to me like no-brainers.
Very easy, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, George Pickens is there, but also I feel like that's going to help out.
That's what's going to help him.
You know what I mean?
He can't double cover CD.
Right, you can't leave George
and
open like that.
You got Ferguson, too. I mean, it's like,
Jake
come on.
the Snake Ferguson, man. And they got good receiving backs in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
He should get over this. Again, as long as Dak's healthy, as long as he's healthy, that's easy.
I mean, even with Dak not being healthy, we've seen this guy ball out.
He's done it, yeah. He's done it with Mike White and, friggin' Trey Lance,
me
Cooper
at quarterback,
Rush,
bro.
Like you out there. Like
yes,
he's had a couple different guys out there.
Absolutely, man. So I like those, Frankie.
Yeah, good.
Good happens, brother.
So yeah, another great show. It was a great live round. I love doing the over-unders.
Yes, sir, bro.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, like and share.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Nah, we're just 2 dudes that cover sports, not the protectors of this world, that's for sure.
Your planet is now marked for death.
What the f is she talking about, dude?
Marked for
Marked
death?
for death with the whole planet? Like, what's going on here,
I don't like
bro?
this. I don't like this
absolutely
at all.
not.
Your world will be consumed by the devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him. I herald Frank.
All right.
I herald Keith.
All right, Frankie, she's heralding me, too.
I herald Boston's Banter.
All right, man. Herald Boston's Banter, so I guess we're off the hook, kind of, bro.
We're good.
I herald Galactus.
Frankie, who the f*** is Galactus?
I have no idea.
Who is that big mother? Frank, I don't know who that is. I don't know who the hell she is, but break it down for me.
You know what it is. Fantastic Four, First Steps, this weekend. Looks great. Going to be a great movie. I'm going to see it. I know you are too. All right, Keith. I mean, we ain't the Fantastic Four, but we definitely got to do something about this.
All right, bro. I mean, I don't know what we can do, though.
So from Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxborough to your bro, thanks for listening. Frank, what the f*** is going on with your head?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What's happening?
Oh, my God, Frank. All right, Frankie, you're ready. So from Foxborough to your bro, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Flame on.